Peace and love. It's good to be back. Tonight I have an unboxing. I've already opened it of a package I just received from Baddies and Budgets. So recently I've been following a couple of finance YouTubers, mainly Jasmine of Baddies and Budgets. I came across her on YouTube, and so I wanted to order to support her business, and I'm going to showcase some of the things tonight. But mainly I'm working on my finances. I'm on a financial journey at this time. And so I'm hopeful that some of these products can help me save and get on track as I move forward in my years. I'm not young, and so this is something I should have started a long time ago. But I've recently, within the last few years, have a serious steady income. I'm a teacher, and so I have enough money to live on, but I always seem to not have enough to really thrive. And so that's my goal over the next couple of years, is to build my finances up, or at least build a nice cash reserve savings, so that I have some flex room, so that I feel comfortable, and so that I can get into a position to leave something behind for my son. Um, I'm one of those people, I have brothers, but when it comes to having people to rely on financially, I've never really had that. And there's nothing wrong with that. My grandmother used to care for me a lot when I was younger. She's passed on. Obviously, my grandmother and mother's mom, they've passed on. But it's not even about that, having somebody to rely on. I want to be able to rely on myself. And so this is the year that I'm truly starting to get serious about my budget. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show this to you. Let's move it. That's the box it came in. So I wanted you to see that, how flashy it is. It's called Baddies and Budgets. I don't consider myself to be necessarily a baddie, but I definitely I find her branding to be appealing, and I like what she stands for. Let's see. I wanted to bring something up because I think it's important when we talk about spirituality, because that's what this channel is about. Even though I introduce other things that are important, or lifestyle content, um, shadow work. And I think shadow work, when it comes to the spiritual community and thinking about things like this, we think so deeply, or we think it has to be something that's so heavy and far out and things we really can't understand and decipher. But this is an example of shadow work for me, right? Working on my finances. And so shadow work is going to be anything that you need to improve from this lifetime and from past lifetimes, ancestrally, all those things, things that are passed down, conditioning that's passed down. And so I know for me, I've always had a little bit of financial worry from early on as a child. Growing up in a household where, you know, kind of, I don't want to get into that. It wasn't completely bare bones, but I started working quite early to help out around the household financially. We moved a lot as a child, when I was a child, and it wasn't moving because we wanted to. It was packing up. We have to get out this apartment, or we have to get out this house, and we have to move within the next couple of weeks. And so it'll be us mad dash, packing up all of our stuff, throwing stuff in boxes, and having to relocate. I went to many different elementary schools. And so it teaches resiliency, but it also is something that can lead to trauma if it's not handled and not addressed. I am thankful for my childhood. My mother was very spiritual. My stepfather's very spiritual. I grew up in a spiritual household. And so it was also a part of, we were kind of Rasta. So it it's not necessarily in fashion to be rich. It wasn't that. But and then my grandmother is totally different. She had worked and saved. My grandfather worked and saved their whole lives, and relied on that stability. Long story short, finances is something for me. It's my shadow, and so it shows itself now in my life when I'm waking up in the middle of the night concerned about paying a bill. I'm fretting about how something is going to get paid, or I'm wondering if an emergency happens, what am I gonna do? Will the Most High provide? Yes, but you have to provide for yourself as well. Our spiritual guides work with us, but they intend for us to also put forth the effort to move forward in every endeavor, in every facet of our lives, especially when we're working with shadow energy, things that haunt us from the past, okay? Things that continue to bring up those insecurities. And so that's what I'm working on right now. All right. Before I get to what I've purchased, oh, I wanted to show you, this is Black Obsidian, the shadow. I wanted to show some other shadow works stones. What you do with shadow work stones, you can keep them near you if you're working on your shadow. If you need to have it revealed to you. A lot of times, you don't have to go far to have your shadow revealed. It's something that you bring it up. It's constantly on your mind, or it pops into your mind, or it gives you a sense of dread, or it gives you a sense of sadness, or your stomach hurts, or your heart feels sad. It's all those things. It's going to be different for many different people. I have a video where I've talked about shadow before. My father was another part of major part of shadow work for me that I'm still working through. And one day I'm going to have do a video where I'm going to break down what that looks like for me spiritually, how I address that with talking to my spirit guides and working with my cards. But I wanted to show you a couple of stones. This is Black Obsidian. This is a beautiful shadow work stone, tourmaline, black tourmaline. I have it on me all the time. I love it. This is a good stone to have around the house for protection. At my job, I have a piece in my classroom. In reality, it's good to have 4 pieces. You can have one on each corner. Meditating with this stone, spirit, help me reveal my shadow, or angels, guides, help me work through my shadow. We want to work through those things so that we can bring about healing, right? If I don't heal it now, if I don't heal that shadow now, and also it comes down to leaving something behind, legacy as well, which a lot of African Americans, and whoever you might be, but a lot of African Americans have had difficulty because of racial issues in this country, because of enslavement. Some of the stuff is cyclical. Being able to get on our feet, to have something to leave behind. Some have been able to break through with that, and it's a blessing. But a lot of us are still working on those traumas from the past. And so it's my goal to work on it right here, right now, so that I don't leave my son with that feeling, that same feeling. You know, it would have been helpful if I would have started sooner, right? And leaving him something behind. That's also the key. That's also what we have to do, and spiritually, leaving that legacy, not only the spiritual legacy with the Ten of Pentacles, that spiritual legacy, but leaving something tangible behind for our loved ones as well. Meditating with black tourmaline, keeping it by your bedside, working with it with dream energy, keeping it under your pillow or near your pillow. This is another beautiful stone for shadow work, larvacite. Um, Meditating with it, holding on to it, asking your guides to reveal or help you with your shadow. This is Black Obsidian. Another one, beautiful stone for working with your shadow. Chrysanthemum stone. This is also a good one too, to kind of hold on to and meditate. Working with crystal energy, you carry it with you, carry it on your person, keeping it in your purse, a bag, meditating with it, keeping it by your bedside, um, keeping it on your bedside table is perfect, or just finding an area in your room where you can have a small little altar, devoted to your crystal energy. And maybe one day we'll work on preparing one of those. I want to start getting into more of those spiritual lifestyle on this channel, and we'll do that. Before we get into what I purchased, this is what I recently got, because I'm going to go into cash stuffing my expenses, not my rent, not my fixed bills, but everything that I spend out of pocket, making sure that I pull that money out my account and putting it in this wallet and not using a debit card for anything. And so I've removed my debit cards. This is now my wallet. One of my favorite things to do is collect stickers from, these are artists. Some of them are local. Some of them I follow on Instagram. Some of them I've been a part of their Patreon clubs and memberships. I love supporting artists in many different ways. One easy way to support artists is to buy stickers. It's easy, it's cheap, and you have a piece of artwork. This is the back of it. This one I just got recently, locally. And it's exciting for me. This is small stuff, but it makes me happy. I'm serious in so many ways, but this is my childlike spirit coming through. But in the side here, I have my budget. I already worked it out. And then my cards will be here. I took them out for the video. This is my budget sheet. So each month, I plan to put in $300 for my working expenses throughout the month. Groceries, $100. And this is just groceries with cash I'm carrying. I also buy groceries with my card, with my debit card, and so that's not in here. Gas $60, dining $50, personal $40. I have cats, and so allocating $30 a month for them for food. Of course, sometimes I have to spend more if I have to get litter, things like that, and miscellaneous and charity $20. And so I have them laid out like this. I still need to collect some more stickers for these. It's a black owned business that I had ordered some stickers from, but they're not here yet. But when they get here, I'll show them to you guys. So I grow up my groceries. I love to go to Trader Joe's. It won't just be Trader Joe's, but I just put it there. Gas. And then my dining out. Personal, so putting a little something aside for me to do a little shopping if I see something while I'm out and about, or get myself a little treat. My girls, this is pet care. Savings, which would be in the back, and then charity and miscellaneous. So there are a lot of times when I come across somebody on the street who needs $1. It was a lady not too long ago. I live downtown in the city. She needed it. She needed to get somewhere. She had no money. She wanted to catch a bus, and I was like, "Sister, we both in the same spot, you know." But in reality, I have enough money to be able to have something to give. You know, I should have been able to give her at least $5 or so. So I want to make sure that I have that on me as well going forward. So now let's look at what I've purchased. And I'm going to get a sip of water because I've been running my mouth. All right, so I'm going to pull everything out. But first, let me show you the thank you card. So thank you, Baddies and Budgets. And then got a code on here. Let's see. All the handles in case you're interested. And of course, I'm going to just link it down below. That's the main thing. So thank you card. It's always beautiful to receive a thank you. All right, so let's just bring out everything I bought. Do you have to buy this? No. This I purchased on Amazon. It was $7. And so I'm going to link this down below as well, if you're interested in doing something like this. All right, so let's first look at the Baddie Y2K binder. This is from the monthly challenge binder for 2026. This is what it looks like. And it's the Y2K theme. And so it says how it works. Open the current month. Save at your own pace. Track every deposit. Complete the month. Repeat all year. No pressure, no catch up, just consistency. And so this I probably won't start until my debt is completely, my credit card debt. So this is what it looks like. This is the cutest little box though. I love it. I love the presentation. I love the presentation. And she's been in business for 5 years. This is her 5th year anniversary. She just had a sale and an anniversary box drop on her website a couple of days ago. But she didn't intend to start this business. She was just in a rough situation financially, and she started cash stuffing to pretty much save herself. And so people were watching her cash stuff. She started uploading it on Instagram, I believe, maybe TikTok, and people saw the stuff that she was doing, and they were like, "Sister, hey sis, can you make something, or can you make them for me? Make these envelopes." And so that's how she started her business. And now she's pretty much set because she was able to embrace that opportunity. But this is how it comes. Has the cute little charms on the side with the T-Mobile sidekick. You guys remember that. And this one says, "Be kind and rewind," kind of a throwback to Blockbuster. But okay, so you open it up. Let's go ahead. I'll show them to you. So these are the trackers. This is how so you can put your cards in here. I probably won't use cards. Maybe receipts can go in there as well. But each month is assigned a specific task. This one, I'm not going to read them all. I'll just hold them up, some of them. But just in case you want to get it so you can have a surprise. But this one says January Tamagotchi treasure. You guys remember the Tamagotchis, the little toys where you had to take care of the pets. You had to feed it and it would sleep, and next thing you know, it would die. But so it says, keep your savings pet alive and thriving. Each heart equals a happy Tamagotchi day. Fill them in as you save and watch your treasures grow. So each day that you're putting in money in your tracker, which Your money goes in here for January. It goes behind the actual tracker. You pull it out. You use a dry erase. I'm going to use a dry erase because I'm going to use this for years to come. You hit that month. So the first, not you hit the heart. So the first one is $10. Actually, they all are 10. So this one isn't a harder challenge. It says bonus, add 20 per week to level up. So add another 20 per week on top of what you might be putting in with the $10. So let's go ahead and pop this one in. I'm just going to show a couple. This one is Beanie Baby Bankroll and Everyday Beanie, which are the ones on the top. And I used to collect Beanie Babies. I loved them. Guys, I love toys. I love plush stuff. I love stickers. I'm a kid at heart. Collector Cuties and Holy Grail Plush, $10 and $20. So it depends upon which one you want to put in for the day. You shade it in with your marker, and then you pop the money in behind it for February. So let me just pop them all in. This one is Burn CDs. Crazy in Love is $10. In the Club, $15. All right. Gasolina, $5. So at the bottom, she has the total that you can save. So this one is total save $250. I think this whole binder might be close to $2,000 if you're able to do all the challenges or finish out the challenges. This one is a mood ring. So just throwing back Y2K, throwing back to the things that we remember. Text messages. Okay. This one says Spooky VHS Savings. So each VHS tape has a certain amount. Which ones do we have? The Purge Budget Edition. It's so cute. Hocus Bonus. The Saving Dead. I mean, her sense of humor and her marketing is so fantastic. This one saves $281. And so I don't want to show too many of them, because you might be interested in getting one for yourself. And then also, too, this is her business, so we don't need to have it all out there like that. But, let's see. This goes in the front. And then this one goes in the back here. I'm going to pop this in. And so, like I said, I'm not going to start this one right away. But it's fantastic. All right, and just snaps closed. And this is what it looks like. It's already pretty hefty, so imagine when we start putting that money in. All right, this is the other one that I got. And these are not cheap, guys, but they were on. This one was on sale. Original price, I think, might be $90 or something. It was $40 or maybe $50 on sale. It came with these, so we have a pen, which is nice, and then we have a marker, so we can get started, which I think is nice. She includes that. So this one says Adulthood LLC, 1234 Struggle Street, The Ghetto, Texas, with, of course, the fake zip. So official notice, certified mail, immediate action required. Failure to respond may result in financial hardship. How funny. All right, so on this part here, it's so much thought that goes into it. That's why it's always great to promote, not promote, but to patronize independent businesses. So it says, this is an important notice regarding your financial obligations. Please open immediately. Then on the back, it says certified mail. And this is called the Adulting Challenge. So let's take a look. And it's another challenge book. And I believe this is the first of its kind, a book in this format. And so it says, statement, official notice from adulthood. I'm not going to read all of it, right? Dear recipient, congratulations. You are now officially an adult in debt. Life has sent you grown people shit, challenges, and last-ditch effort to save your finances before things get worse. So I'm going to link her channel below so that you can watch it. But this is the cutest, guys. And so that's what it's called. It's called Grown Folks Shit, and by Baddies and Budgets. And on the back, I thought this was the cutest. It says adulting, 1 star, would not recommend. And so these are all the things that you might come across, that you will come across um, as an adult. So let's take a look. We're not going to look at all of them because this is her business. And so we don't want to reveal it all. We want to be respectful. And of course, you might be interested. So when you open it up, let's see, where are my trackers? Look in there some more. So in the front, they're spinners, and so the little pieces that go in here, I have to find them. You put the spinner in here, and you spin for your challenge. So these are some of the ones we have: Crash Course, Tired of These Tires, Flossing and Finances, Check Engine, and on this one, Keep the Lights On, Never Be Empty-Handed, Baddie Needs a Bag, and so these are real world expenses. So let's look at some. In the beginning is how you use the book. Spin to choose your challenge. Give the spinner a spin and randomly select one of the 13 saving challenges. Wherever it lands on is your challenge. Time to start saving. And I think this book, the full book, if you finish it up, might be around $9,000. Could be more saved. So this one is called Tired of These Tires. We'll just look at a couple of them. So what it is this is the challenge, similar to the last book. Save for 4 new tires because adulting means your car stays begging for money. So the total for this one will be $800. So say you want to do this challenge, you do your spinner. You spin on Tired of These Tires. These are the amounts allocated to this challenge that you can put in. So say I have 20 bucks to pop in here. The money goes inside the little envelopes. It goes in the top. So I will put my $20 in, and I'll shave that in, and then next time, I'll also put in more to see if I can get up to the $800. This one is Flossing and Financing. This one deals with your teeth. It says because dental work is expensive and insurance is never any help. So this one is a total $600. So the same thing, you spin it if you get this one. And you don't have to spin it. The idea is gamifying savings, making it more exciting, making it more relatable. But I don't even have to spend. All of these things for me it needs attention. I just had dental work done not too long ago. I had to have a tooth pulled. And so say you want to add to this one, so $25. And let's just take a look. This one is a check engine light. We'll take a quick peek. Let's see. Oh, doctor's orders. Some of them are stuck. This one says doctor's orders. Oh, hold on, let's check engine light. It was stuck, guys. So it says emergency car repairs, fun for when your ride decides to act up. And so we have the check engine light, the meter. This is our meter. And then this is so clever, man. And so you have all the amounts, you'll shade it in like this. And then you have the bonuses as well. So this one is a total of $1,000. So let's flip to, this one says a soft life. Let's take a quick peek at this one. You're not going to look at all of them. So this one says, everybody needs self and mental care. It's not a luxury. It's a priority. And so we have the bubbles, right? This is like the bathtub with the bubbles. And so you shade the bubbles in, and it's a total of $600 for that one. So that's it. I don't want to look over the Boozy Brunch Fund, Bag Secured. Let's take a look at this one. For classes, books, certification programs, or back-to-school shopping. Fantastic. All right, so this one says, let me hold something. Guys, I don't want to go over all of them because, like I said, this is her business. So let me hold something because when a cousin, sibling, or friend hits you with the, hey, can I borrow text, you want to help, but without dipping into your actual savings, this fund lets you set aside money for the inevitable. Spot me real quick moments so you can help without hurting your pockets. And this one is $1,000. So lots more challenges in here. I'm not going to go over all of them. You get the gist. Fantastic book, guys. Beautiful book. The quality is extremely sturdy, extremely heavy already. So imagine when you start adding the money to it. Everything is strong. It's really nice, very durable. Same thing for this one. This one, not so much. This is really lightweight, really thin, but that's fine. It's going to serve its purpose. But even this one has some weight to it. So just wanted to share this business with you if you guys are interested. Support, or I'm going to put the link down. I have been extremely impressed with everything I have unboxed, and I am certainly going to continue to patronize her business. I don't need anything else right now, but there's a couple of other saving challenges that I would love to get later on. One was for 800 bucks, one was for 500 little bitty bucks. So, all right. Once again, Baddies and Budgets. I'm going to link it down below, her business and her YouTube channel. All right, until next time.